Hey, Michael here. Welcome to Acquisitions Anonymous. Today's deal was super fun. Heather and I talked about it, and it was super fun because Bill gave us the deal and then wasn't here today. So we did the deal and talked through it. And it was a deal in his hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. And it was a fascinating kind of dig into something that looked like a terrific deal at first. And then we learned some stuff about it and it kind of went off the rails. So stay tuned, see what you think, and let us know in the comments below how you felt about this episode. Talk to you soon.
Said Acquisitions Anonymous.
Hello, another episode of Acquisitions Anonymous.
We don't have 100% beard anymore.
I'm thumbs downing on just the plus inventory.
Are you ready to take the leap into business ownership, but you don't know where to start? Well, look no further than Acquisition Lab, the premier resource for entrepreneurs seeking to buy their dream business. Founded by Harvard MBA and acquisition expert Walker Deibel, the lab is your fast track to success in the search, diligence, and acquisition process. With hands-on support, world-class resources, and a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, Acquisition Lab gives you the tools and confidence to navigate every step of the journey. And we're proud to call Walker and Chelsea, the lab's director, longtime friends of the podcast. They're passionate about helping entrepreneurs like you take the next big step. So don't wait to make your business ownership dream a reality. Visit acquisitionlab.com today to learn more and schedule your free consultation. And when you do, be sure to tell them the Acquisitions Anonymous podcast sent you. Well, Heather, Bill sells his business and then he goes on vacation for a month. So well-deserved, but we're going to get back at him today.
He left us here alone, right?
He left the Gen X podcast members unsupervised.
Watch out.
Well, he sent us a deal in our group chat. And so in the pre-show, you and I were like, let's do it.
Let's do it. He's not here.
You snooze, you lose. So let me put you on this deal.
All right.
When I find the button, sometimes
when
I
you
feel
find the button, yes.
Very boomer. All right, so this is it's from Biz by Sell, no photos, which already has me excited. It is a dryer vent cleaning business with 575 five-star Google reviews, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, Mecklenburg County, which I believe is where Bill's located.
I believe that is correct.
Asking price is a mere $200,000. Half the cost of half the median price of a home in the United States now. Can you believe the median price of a home is like $450,000 in the United States?
Being in Southern California, that sounds good to me. So yes, that's easy to believe.
It's funny. I go on these long bike rides, and yesterday I was in a big group of like 100 people. It's the biggest group ride in San Antonio, and we go out into the country on the south side, and there is vacant land as far as the eye can see.
Yeah,
you can build.
Imagine. Basically
until you either get to the Gulf of Mexico or Houston or El Paso. Like there is just like, we have plenty of land. When people are like, America's too full, I'm like, bro, you got to come to West Texas. We got plenty of space.
Yeah. Look out your window when you fly across the country, see some land. Yeah.
And so some of these housing developments, the land is so cheap, the construction is so cheap. We still have people selling new home builds, 2 and 3 bedroom houses in suburbs for under $200,000 in South Texas.
Wow. See, that's great. I mean, that sounds really good. The young people in Southern California have a reasonable gripe. They are really priced out of the first time buyer market. Yeah, it's really tough.
We got you covered here in San Antonio.
Yeah, they got to move to Texas. Everyone's moving.
They are like crazy. I mean, we grew 6-7% last year.
Wow.
It's just nuts what's going on in all of South and Central Texas.
Makes sense.
All right. So this business, sorry to get us off on a tangent. This business is $200,000 asking price and the profit is $130,000. So it's selling for basically 1.5 times cash flow. Revenue is $356,000. It was established just in 2023.
Oh, there we go. There's the rub.
Here we go. It is dryer vents and duct vents with a Z, Charlotte, which cleans, repairs, and installs dryer vents. We also clean air ducts and bathroom vents. And it's located in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have $2,500 in inventory, included in asking price, 3 employees, $65,000 in furniture, fixtures, and equipment. They have, here's the equipment they have. They have a wrapped RAM ProMaster air duct cleaning equipment. Is that a truck?
I don't know. It sounded like it was when it said wrapped, but now I'm not sure. Feels like now it's just a machine.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. While there are several dryer vent and air duct cleaning companies in Charlotte, our company has earned a strong reputation with just under 600 5-star Google reviews and nothing less than a 5-star review. As a result, we've secured a large portion of the market as a result. There are so many opportunities to expand in the commercial space, including apartment communities, university, property management companies, etc. The owner will provide 2 to 4 weeks of training and support wherever needed. This guy who's selling it says, I enjoy starting businesses, just not managing them.
Don't want to run them though.
Look, I would shame this guy, but it's like,
that's
okay.
fair.
Like,
He's being honest. That's good. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
he runs it out of his home, and they have a great domain name that they list here called Dryer, Vent, and Duct Cleaning Charlotte. So I will click on that.
Okay.
Our new policy as a pod, for those of you new here, is we try not to out listings when they're anonymous, but if they're not anonymous, we just
go for it. They're telling us.
Yeah. So here's the owner, Ben Davey, who's the owner and technician. Okay, so that's maybe the first thing to know about this.
Owner and technician. Yes.
It appears Ben is cleaning ducts.
Yes, this is a job. Yes.
Yes, you're buying yourself a job.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a good website. What do you think about this website?
I think it looks nice. I mean, it looks better than companies I've seen that are much larger. And so now we know it is a vehicle. There it is. There's the vehicle, a little van that I'm sure has the equipment inside that they use to clean out the ducts, right? Like it almost looks like a carpet cleaning type of van that would come with all their equipment inside. And it looks nice. And this is not franchise, right? This is just an independent?
Bill said he thought it was a franchise.
We'll have to go back to the listing and see what it said there. But I think this is a nice deal for somebody.
Yeah. So this is, if I look at this website, if you go ask somebody to build you an SEO ready business optimized for Google Local and Google My Business, this is what the websites come out looking like.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of text. Yep. And then like straight up like zip codes is what this guy has.
Yeah.
Like on the website here. This is what works now if you're trying to optimize for Google My Business, which is fascinating.
And those zip codes are links, are they not? They actually link.
Yeah, they will link to individual location pages like this.
Okay.
And the idea is Google sees this, and if you type in,
you're in that zip code, there's a page for you. I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So Dryer Vents TM. Let's Google this because I think so. Bill said he thought this was a franchise.
I know I have seen one that is, so I would not be surprised.
So I typed in Dryer Vents here in San Antonio, and I got sponsored links from 1, 2, 3, 4 people who want to do air duct cleaning for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so here is, oh, look, this is the guy for San Antonio, Ian Strong, who has the exact same website. So my guess is the franchisor is making these websites for.
And that's part of the deal. Yeah. You have to probably have this kind of website. They maintain it for you, but that's right. Okay. So it is a franchisee, relatively a startup, 2 years or less than 2 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so maybe this is a good time to ask, what am I buying here? I'm buying the franchise and?
Mm-hmm. And this cash flow and a van.
And a van.
And you're getting a van. And I don't know, so we don't know if they've just reached this $130,000 of cash flow, most likely, right? It's only 2 years old. So this is probably not, something where you can look back and see that that's been sustained. I don't know how these services work. If I doubt that they're like pest control where you have a subscription or there's a lot of reoccurring revenue, but maybe they are. There is. I mean, here's my kind of dumb question. I don't get my vents cleaned. Should I be? Maybe I shouldn't admit that, but I don't use this kind of service.
Hey everyone, I just want to tell you that this episode is brought to you by Veravend, which is the only platform purpose-built for independent sponsors and private market investors who want to move faster and eliminate friction. Veravend is cool because it combines investment management and secure instant payments into one platform. So that means capital calls, deployments, and distributions, they all work like Venmo. One click, real-time transfers with no transaction limits and automatic reconciliation. So from raising capital to returning it, Veravend handles it all. Deal marketing, data rooms, KYC and accreditation for your investors, signatures, capital flow, dashboards for your investors, and even fund administration, accounting, and taxes. So whether you're raising a single deal or managing a full fund, Veravend gives you the speed and confidence to execute, all in one single platform. So you can check it out and learn more at verivend.com, verivend.com.
There are all kinds of horror stories of people's dryers catching on fire. So I don't know.
So that's what's going to happen if I don't do this.
I would recommend, there's a lot of scare tactics out there. I would recommend go ask ChatGPT, like, how do I know when to clean my dryer vent? And my lint, there's like a lint holder in dryers as well that I've heard has caught on fire because it's just like you just heat it up and then it catches itself on fire. Okay. I've never had it happen, but I think it's a ChatGPT kind of question.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I've been on this earth for, 50 plus years and I've been doing laundry and it hasn't happened to me and I haven't cleaned my vents either. So I don't know. Maybe it's certain configurations are more dangerous than others. That's what I would imagine.
So let's maybe talk about what you're buying here. And I would add to what you're buying here, which is really important, is this number of 5-star reviews and the SEO placement these guys have figured out is really, really powerful. Like this is what you're getting.
Yep.
And I love, it's hard to replicate that. That is a defensible thing for this business.
And that's really, sounds like what the franchisor sort of offers you. And there was some kind of, this guy that bought it 2 years ago, paid a franchise fee and then pays royalties for that. So, but I imagine the royalties are already sort of counted in the 130. They're already taken out of that. So, they've reached a good place. They're profitable. And that's a pretty good income for somebody, especially if you're only, paying $200,000 for it.
Yeah. Well, I guess the fundamental question is there are a bazillion franchises that will allow you to basically buy yourself a job, right? And own something like this. And would you be better off just paying the franchise fee for a new concept that's out there? Because there's a bazillion of them in addition to dryer vent cleaning. And friend of the pod, Connor Gross, talks about a lot of these. Like, would you be better off just paying $30,000 or $50,000 to set up a new one versus paying this guy to do this? Because it looks like their model here is the person that is a franchisee is the person coming to your house to clean the ducts.
Yeah, right.
That appears to be the model.
Yep. Right. Well, if you're not the startup type, I guess is sort of the buyer for this one, right? He said he likes starting up. He likes that 0 to 1. Obviously he had help with the franchise concept, but and that was a lot of work, I'm sure. And I'm sure he had a period of months before break even. And so maybe a buyer that just doesn't want to deal with all of that, and can find a way to finance this. This is the other thing. At such a small asking price, there's no SBA lenders available for something this small. What people don't realize is there's a cost inside the bank for putting on a business acquisition loan, and banks know very well what their cost is for each type of loan that they produce. And there's a break-even point for the bank. And below a certain loan amount, it's just too small of a loan. They'll never make it back in interest because they're not going to make enough interest. So for most banks, for business acquisition, that's $500,000. There's a few banks that'll go all the way down to $350,000. But when they do, it has to be super clean and easy. But they will not go sub $350,000 loan amount. So this one's too small.
Yeah. I like the business because I think there's so many scammy franchise systems that are like, wait, why do I need a franchisor to help me with window washing? Like, or car detailing. Like, why do every car detailer I know, every time I text them, they're like, we're too busy to work this week.
True.
Right? Like we can book you out 6 weeks from now. They're all totally booked up. And by the way, it's $400 to detail your car. Like those are the two things going on. So, but this feels like one where it makes sense, right? Because there is this level of kind of economies of scale they're getting by having this centralized SEO, Google landing, like that stuff is not easy to do. And these guys have figured it out and they've done it once and then they've copy pasted that for everybody in their network, which I love. What do you think about this one?
Well, there's demand obviously for the service, even though I admitted my stupidity, not knowing what, not using this kind of service, but there's demand for it. And maybe that's part of the demand is that not everybody realizes they should be doing this. Maybe there's a lot of people like me out there that they can sell into. So there's growth opportunities that way. You're not trying to take market share away from somebody else. You're just selling, into markets where people don't already have this service. And just once you educate them that they need it, it's easy to sell. So I think it's, this probably got some growth potential from here. And obviously Charlotte is a huge growth market. So this is a great location, I think as well. Yeah.
I guess that's also a question. What is the limitation to competition for this guy? Like, does he have exclusivity on all these zip codes, which I think is pretty darn important.
I would hope so. If that's what they're letting him put on the website, I would think that's his territory, right? That's his franchise territory. And so, as a buyer, you would look into what sort of market share, what you can tell about how much growth potential he's still got in all those areas. And if you've got growth potential and someone with energy can come in here, like I said, they've got to figure out how to finance it. So this is, probably cash and a seller note or some other kind of creative financing rather than SBA here.
Cool. Yeah. Overall, like if this is a job you wanted and you wanted to do it, then I like the business. It's a good business. This is a good lifestyle to be in. I mean, you're making 130 grand a year. Like there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be your own boss and you like cleaning ducts, and you like dealing with people, there's tons of market for that. I'm still confused why somebody would pay $200,000 for it. I just don't understand it.
Like I said, it'll be a tough one, but I think people that they want to be in a small business that's already, plug and play. They don't have to start from no customers. And I guess that would be appealing to that kind of person.
Yeah. This also feels like one of those things where some rich parent is going to buy it for their kid, being like, okay, Jimmy, here's your first job, right? Here's your business in a box. And I don't know.
And then Jimmy might mess it up.
We've seen that numerous times on this pod. I remember, I think it was before you joined as a co-host, there was a business where a guy bought a fuel haul boat for his sons to drive around and fuel people at the lake. Oh, and it was just a total mess. Total. You could just read between lines.
Putting his sons on a boat at the lake, or that sounds like the beginning of a mess. Yep.
The first thing that's turning into is a party boat. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So
yeah.
All right. So I would just give myself like a purple thumbs up. Like I'm a thumbs up on this because I like the business. I think there's actually some value here. I don't understand the asking price, and so for that reason, my thumb's purple. What do you think?
I'm thumbs up. I like it.
Super cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Let us know what you think about this deal, and if you're going to move to Charlotte and buy this, and you tell us about it, we will ask Bill if he'll go to lunch with you, and so that would be an added benefit if you get this one. I don't know if he'll say yes, but we'll ask. So, all right. Catch y'all next time.